Hello viewers, I welcome you all. This is Mr. Joseph Reddy, the Faculty of English. I welcome you all to today's class. This is about the enrichment of 10th class syllabus on English, and I hope it will be really helpful and useful for your preparation of class 10th. And please be very patient and then very enthusiastic to learn to score GPA 10. Why late? Now let us enter into our today's class. So today we are going to discuss about Unit 1, Personality Development. Personality and physics very often are confused among the people. So physics is different from personality. Personality is the inner present qualities, behavior and so many different other things. And physics or physical appearance is something different. Most of the times people mistake between these two aspects. So personality development. So at this outset, the first unit talks about the personality, which is very important to today's world. So here it is to motivate the students to exactly know about themselves and how to behave in the society as they will be going into open society after their class 10th. And here first we have a reading A, attitude is altitude. If you look at the word attitude, attitude is the way that you look at something. If you look at something positively, we imbibe within ourselves the positive qualities. If you just look at negatively, you just get only the negative into ourselves. So it is the way how you look at the things, the way you receive it. And here altitude is the height. So if you look at the things positively, you reach greater heights, and if you look negatively, you just keep falling down day by day. So here we look about Nick James Vujicic, who was a torso, who had no arms, legs, anything. So he just had his own trunk, body, though he achieved so many greater things. So here it is our attitude which plays a major role in achieving the things rather than our unnecessary mottos. Here if you look at the childhood of Nick James Vujicic, he was born on 4th December 1982 in Melbourne, Australia, and even before his birth, so he was suffering with phocomelia, a rare occurrence, so which does not allow him to have hands and legs. So that's, he was called as a torso. Torso is the person one who does not have hands and legs. Here generally when you just walk on the road, we do have our own hands to do different things when we walk on the road. So we have our own legs to kick and play other things. But this man had no arms and no legs, and though he had no arms and legs, he had a small foot on his left hip, and which he used to very frequently call it chicken drumstick. He used to joke it, and with the help of this particular small foot on his left hip, which he used to call as chicken drumstick, he used to do so many things. He used to hold the things, he used to do so many other things. So here if you look at his parents, father was a computer programmer and an accountant, and his father, he made him to learn a computer at age 6 and made him to type the different things. And mother, she was a nurse and she invented a special plastic device to hold pen and pencil. At the birth of Nick, the parents both were really shocked. His father went out of the hospital to vomit, and it has taken 4 months in order to digest that fact, and his mother blamed herself. Though she was a nurse, she took all the necessary care. Still he was born as torso, so she blamed herself for getting birth as a torso with phocomelia, the rare occurrence. But right from the beginning, the parents did not discourage him. Here this is the notable fact that the parents should encourage their children, should encourage despite their disabilities. That is what happened with Nick. So the parents encouraged right from the childhood. So they invented the different things for him. And one more notable thing is that they put Nick in a mainstream school, the ordinary school that we all are studying. So they did not put him in a special needs school where all the crippled and other disabled people are there. Though Nick was humiliated, though he was really getting so many problems, still he continued his work. Later he realized that it made him self-sufficient. It made him realize that it made him to stand on his own self. Here, if you look at, when he was really depressed, disappointed, he made a suicide attempt for 2 times. At the age of 8, he wanted to drown himself and die, and at the age 10, he wanted to kill himself. But fortunately, his attempt was unsuccessful. And here, he also had a motivational sources at 2 places. And when he was 13 years old, he read an article about a disabled man who motivated him a lot, and then he realized that this life is to give motivation to others, not for our own selves. It is not just living for ourselves, but it is to motivate others. If I can motivate at least one person through my life, that is enough. That's what he realized when he read about this article. And next, later on, we speak about his meet with surfing master Bethany Hamilton in 2008. And here it is noteworthy to mention about Bethany Hamilton. So when she was surfing at the age 12, Bethany Hamilton was bitten by a shark, and her left arm was completely bitten by the shark. But even then, she still learned surfing, and then she started teaching to so many others. When in 2008, when Nick met Bethany Hamilton, so she started teaching him the surfing, and he was so great that within 2 days after he started surfing, within 48 hours after his learning surfing, he just came onto the cover page of the Surfer magazine. Surfer magazine is a very famous magazine, and it is not really possible to ordinary man to really get onto the cover page of that Surfer magazine. But Nick, within 48 hours of his surfing, he could get onto the Surfer magazine cover page. So that was his great achievement. So he could do 360-degree feet because he had low center of gravity with surfing. And he also got an award called Australian Young Citizen Award in 1990 for his perseverance, for his bravery, and for all the positive attitude that he had towards himself. And then here, he and his plans. So he was an evangelical Christian who was spreading the Christianity, and not only that, so he realized through his life, through the motivational sources, that he had to motivate so many people around the world. So he started traveling around the world and started motivating so many people, motivating in so many ways. So he asks the people, if I fail, I try again and again and again. Are you in the same way to try? So it is not in the failure that the life lies. It is in proceeding further that we can make greater things. Through the life of Nick James Vujicic, we can understand disability is not a hindrance for the success. So, dear children and dear parents, please realize that if a child has a disability of learning, disability of physical or mental or anything else, that is not the hindrance. It is the encouragement that we make, it is the perseverance that we make, makes life better. That's all for today.